Hello, this is János. It is the channel Real World Audio, and I'm taking you all on a musical journey here. I have received in the past few months several requests to post sound samples of how these speakers sound, how the voice of Lancelot speakers can do, and I have already a few samples out with classical music, but you were also very curious, can they do pop or rock or something non-classical, something very different, because that's usually a perception that if a system can do classical music excellently, then it's probably not good for any other kinds of music. And today I've been on a roll. I've been recording sound samples for the past more than 2 hours. The result of that will be probably about 4 songs that I post total on YouTube. So for those 4 songs, it so far it took me 2-3 hours to play around and record, and then I have already uploaded one of them to YouTube with an accompanying video, and 2 or 3 more still needs download, upload, so it will be several more hours of work on it. So just when you have a request for an innocent, it's just a 5-minute song or 20 seconds, something like that, it really was a whole lot of playing around, and it still might not be perfect. So what I did today is I recorded one and I set the level for that song, and that one is kind of like utilizing most of what the microphone can pick up. But now these ones that I recorded, I just made sure that it never goes in the red, so it doesn't clip, but well, I will see how it turns out, and you will see how it turns out. That's beside the point now. But why am I showing it? Because this is still playing here in the background. This is the last song that I recorded, and yes, I recorded something that I have played through YouTube, and it's called Ghosts, and it's into the head mix, and that's it's hardwave. Oh, my head is in there. Hardwave future best cyberpunk mix, and it's really something amazing. I like to listen to these two channels from time to time, Aim to Head Mix and Frisson. So these two channels, they make remixes from other songs, other music, and they post it on YouTube. To my knowledge, you can't really find them anywhere else. This is where they post, and this is the only place where you have access to these songs. And although you would say yes, if I had a really high quality sound file, it would be even better sounding, but now you will get an impression how does it sound like recording something from YouTube and then publishing it on YouTube. I have no clue how it will turn out. Actually, I have a few, but what I can share with you is that these two channels, Aim to Head Mix and Frisson, they just sound absolutely amazing. And oh, it will play an ad. Jeez, I have to just stop it here. And no, I was late. No, yeah, it's playing an ad. Sorry guys. Now we watch the why second ad. Of course we have to wait for 2 ads. Anyway, skip ad finally. So now we had just a reality check. And now we are back to here. And so why am I listening to this kind of music? Because as you know, my absolute favorite is classical music. So how did I end up with cyberpunk mixes, and why am I posting that? So actually this is that kind of music that I tend to listen to when I'm at work, and if I'm all by myself and I have a lot to do, and it's been like a grueling month and I'm at the end of my energy. and it's like maybe like 10 p.m. already, working like crazy hard for days and days without sleep, and then I put on these mixes to give an adrenaline boost just to go through the finish line, and and I just blast them through headphones, and it's really rare that I got to listen to them in my home system through my main system, and that gives a totally next level experience compared to listening to headphones, because these playlists, I mean the aim to head mixes and Frisson, they have a lot of very low frequency bass content on them. I really suspect that it goes into the below 20 hertz region. Certainly there's like a ton of material below 30 hertz and lower, and when you listen to that at loud levels, so right now here I'm going right now I just turned them down to whisper, but before I shot this video I was listening to this loud, so which means that probably the amp was cranking out about 1 watt per channel. That was the level I listened to, and that's already kind of bringing down the house, breaking down the walls level of listening. And while I was doing that, the cat was doing this. So this is how comfy he was with that crazy sound pressure, so that indicates that the system is not doing really nasties, otherwise he would have been running instead of slumbering. And going back, so what can the voice of Lancelot speakers do with this type of music that requires below 30, below 20 hertz capability? And I'm feeding them right now with my push-pull amplifier, but there's a Singrandy that can do the same thing, and both of them are zero feedback. And what you usually hear from folks is that if you want to have a low bass extension, you absolutely need feedback, and what I'm saying is the opposite. Well, I concur that if you want a lot of quantity, then you need feedback with a lower end gear, but if you want the highest quality, highest texture, tonality, and a submersive experience from your bass, then I have only experienced this from the zero feedback topology with the voice of Lancelot, and they are. So now what I had this experience listening for 2 hours of music like this is it was a spiritual experience. So sometimes you see 29 posting about this kind of music. He loves to listen to Cercle. That's a channel who has similar music as these two mixes. I like that channel as well. They have really fantastic regenerative music, I think that's what it's called, and it is a spiritual experience to listen to this at a live volume with a system that's capable of generating infrasonic sound, so like going below 20 hertz, because when that happens, that literally alters your hormonal production. So your brain and your body is physically altered, and that's how you know whether your system is giving you subsonic sounds, that you will feel different in your body. And it usually takes time because the hormonal system, it's not as fast as the neuronal system. It takes a few minutes, an hour for the effects to fully develop, but after 2-3 hours you feel like you have been reborn, and it's truly a spiritual experience. And this is something that people experience in rave parties. But I have to tell you guys that I never went to a rave party to get drunk or drugged. I never take any substance. I simply don't have any desire to go there. I'm perfectly fine just experiencing life as it is around me. And when you have a good high quality sound system, the sound itself will take your spirit and fly. So that's what I experience now. And when you listen to music, you say that when it's exceptional, you have goosebumps, and you have the hair standing back on the back of your skin, right? We have that experience now. When there is subsonic frequencies as well, and when you have really high quality sound, this experience gets magnified, and you don't just feel the hair standing at the back of your hand, but the back of your back, the entire back. And if it goes beyond that, then you start to feel that as if your spine is on fire. So there is a fire that starts to raise from the pelvic area through your belly to your heart, and it can rise up to the head, the top of your head. So you feel as if your spinal column transforms into a flame and fire. And in India, they call this the rise of the Kundalini. So it's a yoga technique, a yogi technique. It's your chi rising, it's your nerve, and in the Western terminology, it's your neuronal system activating. So this is not some hallucination, this is not some weirdo stuff or taking drugs, has nothing to do with that. This happens when your neuronal system, nervous system is getting activated. Okay, so now I'm just don't want to watch another ad. Okay, so basically that's, I think, for me, what I have experienced, that's the ultimate of musical experiences, when basically your body is on fire. And please let me know in the comments which were your most amazing experiences you had while listening to music. And this is certainly something that's truly, wow, hard to put into words. I don't think I have done justice to that. And I will download these videos, see how they sound, and post them. I don't know how they turned out, because I did put the recorder onto the sofa, so the sofa was holding the recorder, and it was sometimes shaking quite a bit, so maybe there might be some mechanical feedback that ruins the experience. I hope it did not. So thank you guys for bearing with me. I hope I helped a little bit about sharing with my experiences on music. Please like, subscribe, and check out. So here, this is what we will be listening. That's it. So when you look at it, Aim to Head Mix channel, and that's the title of the song, and that's how it looks like. 42 minutes total, and I recorded an excerpt about maybe 5-10 minutes, I don't know. So thank you guys, have an amazing day. By the way, that's one of my favorite songs. The Pink Floyd, the Pompeii concert. So bye bye.